Chris Hart, Donald Trump has had a terrible press both before he became president and since he became president, and indeed, arguably, he's now at war with the media. But your view is we should cast this aside and just look at some of the real indicators in the American economy.
No, exactly. I think, firstly, the real indicators, things like the stock market. The stock market has really been on a tear since his election. Into the election, the stock market really was struggling. It was indifferent. It had been drifting around literally for a year or two, more or less on a sideways drift. And as he was elected, it's really surged into record territory. We've also seen other indicators pick up, confidence type of indicators, that have suggested that maybe this is something that has given Middle America, if you like, the shot in the arm for that confidence to actually get going with the economy. I think there's a lot of suggestion that Trump is actually going to pull back regulation, and that noose will help to unlock the energy of the economy.
So are you suggesting that if Hillary Clinton had got in, it wouldn't have been as good for the markets?
Well, the indication is no, because the markets were performing as if she was going to win. It was clear when Donald Trump won, it was not expected by the market, it was not expected by the media, and so it took everybody by surprise and has been quite positive since. The dollar strengthened and the stock market has strengthened, and that does suggest that there is an anticipation that the actual economy is going to be stronger. And I think, besides the fact that the media is at war with Trump, so it doesn't matter what he says, whether he says it's day, they'll have something negative to say. If he says it's night, they'll have something negative to say. The key thing is that he has actually been a man of action. I mean, the first week was a whirlwind. I don't think anybody has started like that, and the second week has been no different. There's been a hive of activity, and one of the key things that I've seen is that for every new regulation, 2 must go. And that, to me, sounds like music to my ears, in the sense that the world in the last 15, 16 years has seen increasing taxes, increasing regulation, and I actually believe it's one of the reasons why the global economy is struggling with growth and struggling for jobs. You take that relief away, and I think we're going to see that upsurge.
What you say about the American economy is fine if you're sitting in America. We are sitting in South Africa. We are a country which is heavily dependent on trade, and certainly in terms of trade in human beings, Donald Trump has been very negative. He's been coming out with a lot of protectionist language as well. Should South African business be worried about Donald Trump?
Well, I think that's the narrative that's been trying to be portrayed. If one actually looks a little bit behind the rhetoric, you see that Donald Trump is not against immigration, he's against illegal immigration. He's not against trade, he's actually in favour of a properly balanced trade deal that actually benefits both sides. America seems to have been trapped in some trade deals that have actually really ripped the heart out of their industry, with jobs moving to Mexico, moving to China, etc., with no ostensible benefit to Middle America. It might be beneficial to the economy as a whole, but that's where the top elite is benefiting. But the Middle America, which actually voted Trump in, said, well, where's our benefit? And I think if we now start seeing properly balanced trade, I think that's a good thing. I don't think that's a bad thing. Brexit is related to that. Again, it's reduction of regulation, reduction of taxes, and for it to work, Britain has to strike up better trade deals than what we've got with the European Union at the moment. And I think that's positive.
You mentioned Brexit, and our Trade and Industry Minister, Rob Davies, has just been in London talking to the UK about our relationship post-Brexit. There have also been discussions with the European Union, and there seems to be a certain optimism that we won't be much worse off. What should the South African trade people be doing in terms of their dialogue with Washington?
I think the trade deal, the way they should be engaging with Washington is to make sure that to defend what's in place that is of course beneficial to us, but also to open up other areas which could also be beneficial to South Africa. I don't think there's a problem, because with trade also comes investment, and a prosperous America, because it's such a large economy, if America starts to really prosper, that then becomes the locomotive for the global economy. That will benefit, that will come back into South Africa, and I think that's basically what's happening, is that if the trade, the Trump narrative works, and you start seeing the ordinary, let me say, the ordinary person be below the top elite that's working in the financial markets, etc. If you see the top elite, that de-benefits them and starts benefiting the average person, I think you'll have greater confidence coming back into the actual global economy. At the moment, there's a crisis of confidence. So what is this confidence? There's a crisis reflecting on capitalism, even as a system, etc. And I think that will start to turn around as people on the ground benefit more from a prosperous economy.
So to sum it all up, are you optimistic about Donald Trump?
I'm on balance not only optimistic, I have a feeling that we are going to be in for a very, very positive surprise. And I don't think we need to worry about the negative press, etc. is more about political correctness rather than anything. It's about a different agenda which benefits absolutely nobody. We need to actually see what is the results on the ground and see how that actually pans out.